but we should also understand that there are also evolutions and changes in the world. And one of the evolutions, it's also in terms of, well, some more consistency and convergence on main pillars of how you look at the financial sector. And I think we should not be from the insurance sector opposing to that, because there's a number of elements where convergence makes sense. And I think that if we really want to preserve, and we should, from the side of the industry, the regulators, we want to preserve the specificities, we should take, I would say, care of the kind of Peter and the wolf story. If you always cry wolf all the time saying that I'm indifferent, I'm so special, I'm so specific, etc., people will not recognize the specificities when they really matter. So there's areas where we can be treated in a common way. For example, all these discussions right now about conflicts of interest. Let's tackle them. There's obvious also conflicts of interest within insurance. We should tackle them. We should be proactive and courageous. All this movement about more transparency to the markets. Why is that insurance that should be away from this tendency? Let's embrace these challenges in a positive way, because that will allow us definitely, when it really matters, when we are really specific, when we are really different, then that people from also the political side will hear us. And I think that the debate and the discussions in Solvency II prove that that can happen.
Yeah. Another thing in this area, Gabriel, is we heard this morning about long-term investments. There's been criticism that Solvency II makes this difficult. Is there a role that supervisors can play and regulators in stimulating long-term investments? And what ways do you see to do that?
Well, I think that this is an ongoing debate, I'm sure, and it's always difficult to see if you arrive at the optimal solution. I think that Solvency II, and Burkhard mentioned this morning, goes definitely in the right way. There's a number of elements in there that recognize this specificity, this element of long-term investment, things like the matching adjustment, the volatility adjustment, etc. And I think these are positive, definitely. But we need also to be careful, because, to be frank, I see the role, and I think it's very positive that insurance industry, of course, as Commissioner Barnier mentioned it, to have a role in long-term investment, also a role of stability in the markets, etc. But there's some preconditions to this, because it all starts on the liabilities that you generate. So if you generate, as an insurance sector, if you generate long-term liabilities, if you generate products which are characteristics of illiquidity, if you generate products that can be managed in a way where you can wait and see